In today's video, I'm going to be exposing this false teacher and heretic, Paul Washer. This guy is one of the most obvious work salvation teachers out there, and my goal with this video is to show you how much of a work salvationist this guy really is, and so that it's like clear as day to see it in him. And I'm going to play a clip right now, actually a couple clips, of him teaching clear as day work salvation. He teaches that you need to have evidence that you're saved, and that if you don't have works, you're not saved.
And the evidence that a person has truly become a Christian is that they begin to walk in that way, and they begin to be concerned about the will of the Father. What is God's will for my life? And they don't just say, what is God's will for my life with regard to a career? You see, one of the things about the Christian life, the moment you're converted, you know what you start doing? You start reading Scripture. Why? Just so you can win a Scripture memorization competition? No. The moment you become a Christian, you begin to read Scripture because you want to know what the will of God is. No. If you don't have works, you're going to hell. If you don't have works, you're going to hell.
So that first clip of Paul Washer was from 21st Century Revival YouTube channel. It should really be called 21st Century Damnation because they promote heretics like him and John MacArthur and Voddie Baucham. He was clearly preaching work salvation. He says that the evidence you're a Christian is that you begin to live a Christian lifestyle. You begin to be concerned about what God's will is for your life. You start to read Scripture. It's garbage. That's not evidence that you're saved, and unbelievers can do that too. In the subtitle of that clip, there was a reference to Matthew 7:21-23, and I believe Paul got the will of the Father from that verse. So the will of the Father in relation to that verse can be found in John 6:40, and this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So the will of the Father is to believe on the Son, and it's not to, what is God's will for your life. That's not the salvific will of the Father. That is the will of the Father for your life, but it's not the will of the Father that we have to do to get into heaven. It's ironic how in that second clip, Paul said if you don't have works, you're going to hell, when it's in fact the complete opposite. Romans 4:5, but to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justifieth the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness. So, if you don't have works but you have faith, you're going to heaven. That verse alone proves that there's no necessary evidence that somebody is saved. That's all I have for exposing this heretic, and yeah, he should be avoided, and he's clearly a wolf in sheep's clothing. And for those of you guys who are going to try to defend these false prophets and post that in my comments section, you could at least just give me a few Bible verses and back up your claims with evidence and just prove that it doesn't contradict John 3:16, John 6:47, Acts 16:31, and all the dozens of Bible passages that say believe only on Jesus to be saved. So good luck with that, guys, if you want to do that. And otherwise, I just pray that you would learn that he's a false prophet and that false prophets should be avoided. Take care, guys. God bless.